Yeah, you still there? Cool. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and today we have a very special interview with a very special guest. So I can't give this man an intro, so we're just gonna bring him right in. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Brandon James himself, Mike Vaughn. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, fun fact, that was the first time I did that, bringing a person in midstream, so it worked successfully.
And you can hear me, so
Yes.
I didn't have to unclick mute. Yeah.
Yes, we did. We had a lot of technical difficulties, but hey,
it was all me. Sorry, guys.
no, it was also me.
Me.
I don't know, but like I said, the voice of the Scream TV series, which I've always loved, and all right, give me the voice right off the bat, if you could, please.
Who do you want me to say hello to?
Hello, Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns.
Hello, Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns. Your show is just so wonderful to watch, but I feel like I need to cut it up a bit. Let's dance.
Incredible. I still will never understand that voice, and it's phenomenal, honestly.
It's made with cigars and scotch. It's easy. You could do it any day.
Whatever works. Yeah, I'm not a cigar man, but
you will be. You will be when you hit my age.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I am 51.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought you were much younger. Okay.
Yeah, it's the filters. Magic of filters.
Of course. So we're just gonna quickly say hi to some people. Bobby late again. We mentioned that. Thanks, Ryan. It's my editor. Bobby should be on it any minute. And then hello, Kirsten. Everyone smash that like button. Thank you very much, Kirsten. And Mike, I'm just gonna ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Kind of stalked you on the internet a bit, but hey, here we are.
Yep.
So
my fault for getting on the internet, right?
Also true.
Those nude photos are not going away. I'm telling you. I tried.
I didn't find those, but hey, okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah. All right. So born in Denver.
Yeah.
Raised in Germany. Now that threw me off a little. How was that?
My parents, I was adopted when I was like 3 or 4 months, depending who you ask. And my parents were kind of nerdy, multiple master's degrees, dorks, and they wanted to travel. And so they applied for these government jobs overseas. First, my mom applied to Saudi Arabia and didn't get it. Then my dad applied for Germany and got it. And so we worked for the U.S. government as civilians over there. So I went there in junior high, finished out high school, went to Colorado for college, but would come back for a couple of years during summer and winter breaks. So I still had to go back and forth there for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great experience. Holy shit. If any of you listeners or viewers out there get a chance to do it, do it. Yeah, living in another country is important.
Yeah, I would love to see Germany one day. That's crazy. you did kind of mention a bachelor's degree in science from Northern Colorado.
Yeah, and business marketing. That's how I got into this mess. Yeah, I was a writer producer for J. Walter Thompson. Wow. And engineer was like, hey, you do that Gen X thing pretty well, because I told you I'm old. And I said, nah, I don't like my voice. And he goes, well, look what you just sent that woman out with. And he showed me the contracts. And I went, well, that's $16,000. Okay, yeah, cut me a demo. And I did it for fun and moved to Portland, signed an agent. And it slowly that was 1998, 97. And it just grew from there. And by 2007, 2008, I was a full-time actor.
So. Actually, have that on here. 2007, full-time actor in Northern Colorado. So, acting, was it always in the plans?
Fuck no. No. Okay. Last thing I wanted to be was an actor. My only involvement with the theater kids was dating them. That was it. I was in the video department. I was busy doing videos and music videos and skateboarding and doing all that. I had no idea that this was going to appear in the horizon. I wish it had earlier, because younger voices are always hot and in demand, and I got kind of a late start, but I sounded kind of young. So it just kind of happened by accident. What really changed my mind was I was doing it for fun on the side while I was still in Portland in like 2005, 6-ish. And a third of my income was being a producer for a small ad agency. Another third of my income was freelance copywriting, schlocky sales writing. And then another third of my income all of a sudden became voiceover work and acting. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I made the jump, moved to LA. Well, actually, what got me there, I got a call from a studio friend of mine that I know, and he says, hey, I got this guy Laszlo with Rockstar. You interested in this gig? Yeah. And I ended up being a caller on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It was like my first major credit. And I just have a little rant, and he recorded me over the phone. I got 2 copies of the game and $50, and that was it. And yeah, so off I went, and I'm like, that was really fun. And so I learned that I love that. Moved to LA, signed with an agent, realized this is really fun. I'm going to try some real acting classes. And I did, and booked Spider-Man, and then things just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, we'll get into Spider-Man in a bit. What did you want to do? Obviously, acting was never in the plans, so.
I honestly thought I was going to open up my own video kind of production shop, because I like I like gear.
Yeah.
I thought I'd live up in the Colorado mountains and make snowboard and ski videos all day long. But it just didn't happen that way. In college, I fell in love with marketing and advertising. It was really fun. And so that just led me down that path. So I strayed when I went over to advertising, and then advertising led me to voiceover, and voiceover led me to acting.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. We'll get some comments up here. Larissa, howdy.
I'm cheating. I'm using a teleprompter.
Kirsten says, hey, Larissa. And Kirsten also says, so cool to meet you on here, Mike.
What up?
Now, Mike, I don't know if you remember your interview with Craven Something Scary.
Oh, yeah. One of my first really long interviews. He's cool.
Yeah, good guy.
Unless you don't like him, then I hate him.
No. Craven's great people. He's pretty much the reason I started this. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I went on his stream, and then I'm like, this is really cool. And
nice.
But we were talking. I don't know if you remember this, but I was typing in Scream TV questions. That was me.
Oh, that was you. Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm going to bed. I've been up for like 20 straight hours. And do you remember what you said?
I think I called you a pussy.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I still will never forget that. That was last March. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I woke up. I'm like, well, and then you were like, I think you said something along the lines of, you were like, oh, you want me to tuck you in too? And you did the voice, and I'm like, well, that's a tempting offer.
Oh, in my younger, wilder days.
Yeah.
So funny.
And then Kirsten thought that was hilarious, which I do too. Okay. We got a question from Ryan. Mike, I love Colorado. What's your favorite restaurant there? Ooh, good question.
Casa Bonita, bro.
Casa Bonita.
Okay. Casa Bonita. It's horrible food, but there's inside. It's in well, I think it's closed down now, and the South Park guys bought it, and they're refixing it up, and it's going to open up soon. Huh? It was a childhood favorite of mine. It was insane. The food was freaking terrible. You go through like a Disneyland. You go to this strip mall, and there's this giant pink, like hacienda looking thing. You walk through like a Disney-like line, and then you get to the front, and there's a kid with the little speaker calling in your order, and you got menus, and you go through another line, and then you pick up your stuff, and then you go in, and there's a 3-story waterfall in the middle of this restaurant, and there's guys in gorilla suits diving off, and there's video games, and I think bowling now or whatever. Like, it's just absolute stupid insanity. And I think they went out of business during COVID, and I think Trey Parker, Matt Stone bought it, and now they're reopening it. Everybody knows what Casa Bonita is in Denver.
That's sick. I mean, I've only seen one episode.
That's the one.
One episode. It's not that one.
It's not that one?
The pandemic special.
Oh, yeah,
Gotta get into that. The Casa Bonita South Park episode is so good. Yeah, like I said, I've only seen one episode.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a Family Guy, Simpsons kind
I
of
love
guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he was looking for fine dining examples and all that, but
Yeah.
last time I was in Denver was briefly for my 50th birthday. It's been a long time since I've been there, so I don't really have a favorite.
He said, "Ooh, love it." It my favorite place was Ted's Montana Grill. Okay, you know
Yeah,
that one?
yeah, I know what that is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's been to Colorado. This is my editor. He's been to Colorado the last 2 years, I believe. Yeah.
He's he's there now for 2 years.
No. He
No.
goes on vacation.
Oh, okay.
I think he went in December of last year, and I can't remember when he went the year before that. Then Bison Burger was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a steak and potatoes town for sure, and beer and weed now. So yeah, it's very different, and it's 3 years behind the rest of the West Coast. So and then Ohio's 6 years behind.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just got back from Los Angeles, so I'm sure you
When
can.
were you there? I was just there last week.
I was there from Thursday to Tuesday.
I was there last Friday to Wednesday. There you go.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. What?
Burbank. We flew into Portland, Burbank. Did spring break with the kids and saw friends, and I did a little bit of business, but not much. And then
That's awesome. I was there for WrestleMania.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Very cool.
sick. I was like, I saw all the sites, and it was like Santa Monica Pier. Randy's Donuts from Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Can't even think off the top of
We
my head.
didn't even have time to cross over from the valley. We had like no little time. My favorite thing though was I played a trick on my kid. Have you seen the Penn and Teller "Is This Your Card" gravestone trick?
No.
Look it up. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I did it to my 6-year-old, and he was just like blown away. So basically, you have your kid pick a card. I had my kid pick a card, he didn't show it to me, put it in an envelope, sealed the envelope, wrote his name on it, tucked it in his pocket. We drove around a good part of like downtown and around sort of the Echo Park Silver Lake area because he plays GTA 5. And I said, I'm going to show you what GTA really is like. And so we drove him around. And then on the way home, we stopped at the Forest Lawn Cemetery. I had the coordinates. I went right to the headstone. The headstone says, "Is this your card?" He opened up the envelope. It was the card.
Wow. Okay.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
At 27, I'd be mind blown, let alone 6 years old.
When you see how it's done, it's like, oh, duh. But yeah, it's awesome.
That's funny. Wow. Yeah. But yeah. Los Angeles, it moves fast. You ever have In-N-Out Burger?
Oh, we love In-N-Out Burger. Yeah. Now, I do have a favorite place in Los Angeles, Gus's Barbecue in South Pass, because right next door is a cigar lounge. So you fill up on your wings, go next door. Oh, leather chairs. I'm in heaven.
Makes sense. Yeah. I had Whistling Dixie. We tried this random place. It was so good. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Just found it. We were like, you want to try it? We're like, we're in California.
Yeah. Why not? Now, where'd you fly in from?
We went to LAX, but from Newark, New Jersey.
You're in New Jersey, so you're used to chaotic driving then. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, we went from Jersey to Georgia for a layover, then Georgia to LA.
Yeah, we had to reacclimate to aggressive driving because we're in Portland.
Yeah.
So we've got the pussified driving, like just everybody's scared and oh, you move. We had to adjust to LA again real quick, which is like just go for it.
Oh yeah. Some dude at a light broke down. Everyone's laying on the horn.
Yeah.
Speaking of New Jersey a little, I've been trying to get you booked at Monster Mania. I don't know if you know what that is. It's this big horror convention. I emailed about you last August. That's this March.
Yeah.
I'll try again for August, but they just won't return my emails.
I don't know how they do. I recently got an agent, Celebworks, Chris Asarga at Celebworks, to rep me in that thing, and I've only done one public signing thing, and I don't think I did as great as they had hoped. So, I mean, there are some tremendous names out there, and they do really great at these conventions. I'm new, so nobody knows who the hell I am anyway, except you. So it would just be you in my line, and I'd be like, "Hey, I made $20. Actually, I wouldn't even charge you. So I'd be like, hey, we lost everything.
Oh, that's great.
But I just to refer everybody to them and be
Yeah.
like, hey, Mike needs to come to this and all that. And they'll probably be like, yeah, we like those guys, but they're booked up. What happened was, what I heard was all these conventions, as soon as COVID sort of loosened up, they all got booked like 2-3 years in advance. So they've been full for a while. That's what I was told. I have no idea what reality is, but it's like, holy shit, that's a lot. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I might be waiting a while. I think my big hits are with the horror cons and Nintendo or video game stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else, I don't think I'm big enough, like TV and film. But definitely Nintendo and definitely games and some horror. Because a lot of my games are horror. I'm like a shit ton of zombies and dead creatures. So a shit ton.
But I mean, Monster Mania Con it's a horror convention, so I mean,
that'd be fun. Yeah. That'd be fun. Yeah.
I've tried to get you and the other Screamcast. I mean,
I think they're actually working and busy, so
probably. I mean, hey, it's worth a shot, you know.
Why not?
Yeah, because they've had Matthew Lillard. They've had Roger Jackson, the voice of the movies, but they've also had like The Undertaker, Charlie Hunnam from
so cool.
So it's like it's horror, but it's like not horror at the same time. If that makes sense.
I got you. Yeah. It's got some crossover. I didn't know if I would like the convention circuit, but the one I did in Stockton, I had a great time. I had a great time. I did not. I loved interacting with 99.9% of the fans, and yeah, it was really good.
Always that 0.1, isn't there?
There's always that one that's like, it's just like, dude, I can't give you therapy right now. My wife's at home. No. There was one guy though, cracked me up. He must have been like 6'6", just this massive dude. And he came by my booth and he looked down and he just goes, I didn't care much for Scream the TV series, and then just kept walking. I loved him. I was like, oh my God, his brutal honesty. I didn't care much for that series.
Oh man, I still love it to this day. The first two seasons I loved. Season 3, not so much.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. It wasn't me. I at that point in my life I was out of time and just like couldn't do it.
Yeah. Now, have you ever went back and watched?
I don't tend to go back and rewatch, reread stuff very often. I just kind of push forward because there's so much good stuff out there. Oh my God. Yeah. So much good stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, The Voice, I mean, it's iconic for Scream TV. We all love it.
But, I try to sneak it into new auditions to see if I can keep it going, but I don't think anybody has stuck with it quite yet.
No,
nobody's picked it yet. No.
Now, Scream TV, how did that come to be?
I have no freaking idea. I just got an audition from my LA agent. I was in LA at the time. I got this audition and it was like horror TV series. And I opened up the file and I printed out and I'm like, wait a minute, this is the first scene from the first Scream movie with Drew Barrymore. Like, what the hell is this? And I thought, fuck. I knew like if I think about this too much, it's gonna get in my head. So I was outside on my deck at night having a cigar and a scotch, literally. And I was looking at this and I went, fuck, I can't be in my head in this. So put the cigar and the scotch down, went up to my booth, fired up all the equipment, and literally laid one track down, just to have fun and spit it out and not care and just do it. Shut off all my equipment, went back outside, finished my scotch and cigar, and said, tomorrow I'll deal with it. Next morning, I wake up and I go, okay, I got to redo this piece of shit. Let's see what happened. And I listened and I went, fuck, that's actually pretty good. So I rarely do this, but I just sent it to my booth director at my agents. Well, he had a good working relationship with the casting director. The casting director normally does TV, knew me from on-camera auditions where I'd gotten a couple callbacks with him. And so it was like, he just called up my booth director. They were basically friends and said, I'm not really doing so great with this voiceover casting thing. It's very different. How do you hear the difference, you know? And the booth director just said, "Just book Mike." He nailed it.
All
And there was
props
only
to
one
Mike.
other guy. There was only one other guy at play. And so it was thanks to me not caring, relationships, having fun, and letting go. That's what that was about for me. So I don't know how the series came about. I have
Oh, yeah.
no inside information. I do know that I think halfway through season 1, I never saw the same people ever again. Like the showrunner, I think either didn't bother to show up or they changed people. I don't know.
There were different directors for
Well,
season
there's
2.
always lots of directors in TV, but the showrunner, I think this guy Jamie was his name. I saw him maybe the first couple of sessions where he sort of dialed me in,
Yeah.
and then gone. And it was just me and this one other, couple other dudes, and that was it. But I don't know I do know that by the end of season 2, it was the Me Too movement and Weinstein was in trouble, and it was a Weinstein project. So it was kind of like, can't touch this. Plus, they never got back to the actors and told them when or if it's coming back. So the actors were like, "Hey, see ya. I gotta make a living. I'm not gonna wait for you to do this." And they booked other stuff. So it was they weren't available. Even if they wanted to do a season 3 with the original cast, they couldn't do it with Willa Fitzgerald. They couldn't do it with Bex. They were gone.
Yeah, Will is doing pretty good for herself right now with what's that show on Amazon? I'm blanking right. Oh, Reacher. Yeah, she's like one of the top 2 stars of it. So it's like, hey,
yeah, you just keep pushing forward, and there's nothing you can do. So I'm so sorry to tell you, I think it's dead. I think what's really overdue is a Scream game.
Yeah.
A good interactive game would be fun, and multiplayer it. You can choose to be the killer or the like. That would just be fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't yet.
I got hit up by some kid that's like, "I'm making a game. Are you interested?" I said, "Sure. Here's my agent," and then nothing ever. I get a lot of that. "Hey, I'm doing this. You interested?" "Sure." Gone.
Thin air. That's so funny. Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask you if you think it would ever come back. I'm starting to come to terms with it that it's not coming back. I heard there were rumors in 2021 that they had ideas of bringing it back. But I mean, if you can't,
you know what, you'll know before me if they do. They don't tell the talent nothing. Hopefully they'll continue to use Roger. He's great. Yeah. It's all good. I would like to turn this Scream TV series fan club into more of a support group for you guys.
Yeah.
So we can just sit around and talk about our feelings and how we're going to process it.
Yeah, I mean, just the cliffhanger. I mean, I don't know if you know the cliffhanger to 2, but
I mean, okay, so I'm even confused now because I recorded that special out of order. I know Kieran was in the jail. And my very last line that I ever did was, "Who told you you could wear my mask?" That's my favorite of all time.
That's mine too. That's awesome.
That's my all-time favorite line that I did for that series. That was great.
Yeah, I still remember watching it and I hear that voice. I'm like, oh, like, I got
told
chills.
You could wear my mask, you little fucking turd. Yes. Don't you know I've got face herpes? Jesus Christ! Now you. We had a bunch of outtakes too that they didn't do anything with. They're somewhere, but it was me stumbling through cell phone. Hello, wait, are you there? Oh shit! I lost you. I lost you. Hang on.
I need to see those. I do have the season 1 DVD, so maybe something's on there.
Somebody has me doing the phone bit somewhere, but somebody was recording me on their phone. But that was like the end of the end. That was so fun. That was one of my favorite gigs. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I always thought it would come back because I'm like, they left it on a massive cliffhanger, but like you said, the Weinstein thing, just really not meant to be.
All new production company for season 3, so I get it. I get it.
They had the different mask too. Well, the original mask, but
the original mask is a classic.
Oh yeah,
I secretly prefer the TV one. I just think it's a little edgier, a little more. It's got that bite to it.
Yeah.
So well, whoever did that mask.
There we go.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you were that for Halloween one year, yes?
Kind of. It was impromptu. So, was it COVID times? I don't remember.
I think.
We just go around the neighborhood. Our neighborhood has a good like walkthrough sort of
Yeah.
thing. And my wife went as a Handmaid's Tale, and my kid went as Lightning McQueen. And I was
Okay.
like, am I going to be that asshole dad that doesn't have anything? So
Yeah.
I literally grabbed the mask that I had made, or this guy made for me, and then I just put on a black hoodie. So it was very impromptu.
Yeah.
And nobody gave a shit or knew who I was. Like,
Oh,
nobody in this town knows what I do
yeah.
or anything. So it was very funny that, like, they were actually
Yeah.
meeting the voice behind them. That's what they didn't care. The kids are like, what's that?
What? What? They're like, you're not
My
Ghostface.
son gives two craps about my job. He even told me the other day, he goes, I hate your job. It's boring.
That's funny. Wow.
It's really funny.
Oh man, no. Now, did you? I think I know the answer to this, but I want to ask: did you ever wear the costume? Like
No,
full, like on set?
I
Okay.
never was on set. I never was on set.
Really?
So the process is they go to shoot, and they were shooting in Louisiana for the film incentives. They would go shoot. Somebody on the set, like somebody, maybe another actor or one of the crew members, would just read the lines very plainly to the actor. So poor Willa Bex, whoever was getting a call from me, was actually talking to somebody on set, and they were like, "Hello, Willa. What are you doing today?" And sometimes I could hear the scratch track sometimes. So sometimes I caught them trying to be a little bit scary, but it was like, so that's how good of actors they are. They had to imagine this voice was actually terrifying them. Then they shoot everything, then they edit, then they get what's called picture lock. And that's where everything is edited. They're not going to change a single visual edit or anything. Now it goes back to audio. Now I come in, a loop group comes in, the sound design comes in, and we make it all perfect. So I had to fit really specific time slots. That was my deal. Like beep, beep, beep. I've got this long to say this sentence, and I got to meet it right there. So that's
Interesting.
part of the job. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's called ADR. It's called ADR,
yeah, okay.
looping, voice replacement, dialogue, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's one of my most favorite things I do as an actor.
That's sick. So you
It's
never met
really.
any of the cast?
I met them when they were doing their own ADR.
Okay.
So I met the guy that played Jake. I met the guy that
Okay.
played Willa's dad. And I'm sorry, I'm spacing their real names.
Yeah.
I've got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old now, and I told you how old I was. So things ain't working anymore.
Yeah.
I met those two guys. Oh, I met the Kieran.
Okay.
Shit. And who else did I meet? I saw the Loop Group actors come in and out too. That was cool. That was it. Yeah. I didn't meet a lot of them. Some of them weren't even in LA, so they would do their ADR from London or Chicago or New York. So yeah. And you just casually say hi and do that. At the studio, I was done and I was signing my contracts at the end of the session, and I was looking for a table to sit down, and there was this bag over there, and I was like, whose bag is this? Can I sit at this table? And Warren Beatty walks up to me. And he goes, yeah, that's mine. You want to sit there? And I go, yeah, I was going to sit there. And he goes, nah, I don't know. And we kind of got into this fun, like, little back and forth thing. And I got to tell you, that motherfucker looks better in person than he does on camera, and older. Like that, I was like, damn, that shit did not crack. He looked amazing. And he was really funny, really nice. That was my favorite. And he had nothing to do with Scream. He was there for
That's so
something else.
funny.
But that's my name dropping bullshit story. That's the one thing I liked about LA was the random encounters and stuff. That was always fun.
That's awesome, though. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, when you met them, did it ever come to them that you were the voice, or?
I think, yeah. Jake figured it out because we like exchanged info to never contact each other ever again. And he was interested in VO work and games and stuff. Usually what happens is if the actor isn't doing VO, they usually ask me like, oh my God, are you set up at home? How do you do that? And I think he was one of those that was like, oh, I'm interested. I'm like, yeah, call me. I'll hook you up. I'm sure my agent would fucking sign you in a second. The other guy, Tom, I think was his name, the guy that played the dad, he was
Tom
already
Everett Scott, I believe.
Tom Everett Scott. He was already well underway doing it. Like he's doing all kinds of shit, so he didn't give two craps. But
Yeah.
no, everybody's like super nice. The higher up the ladder that I've gone, the nicer the people have been. Like it's
Good.
bizarre. It's great. It's great.
Usually not. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Everybody's really, really cool.
All right. Bobby needs to play video games again. I do. It's been a while. He says it rots the brain. Only for some people, Ryan, and you're one of them. I always mess with him. By the way, Eat to Live, great movie.
Oh, I'm not gonna talk too much shit. That was not a great movie.
Do it.
What?
Do it.
No, I was just me on camera playing a detective. Like it's literally like it's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm just a little more flat about the whole thing because I'm a weed dealer on the side, but I'm a fucking detective. That was the most challenging film I've ever been on. I love the people that did it, but boy, did they bite off more than they could chew. And I cannot believe it made it onto Amazon Prime or whatever. Like, hats off to them. I'm so blown away. I admire them and all that. But dude, we were shooting 1-2 takes, one camera, one assistant. The director was running the camera, one light. Like, that thing was running fucking gun. I've never seen anything so bare bones, and for them to pull that off, wow. But there was a lot of things I would have done differently. I got the audition for it a long time ago, and I said, I read it and I'm like, this isn't for me. I'm not a detective. Pass. I passed. My agent in Seattle called me and begged me to do it because the other actor that got it bailed out. And I was like, well, don't you think that's a sign?
Yeah, like,
and I was like, something's wrong here. And he's like, just do it. Do it as a favor for me. You can stay in my Airbnb for free. Like, it'll be fun. It's worth it. Trust me. This kid's going to do VR. He's going to go on to do other stuff that you're interested in. I was like, fine. So I did it, and I get on the set and I go, okay, first question. You got guns on the set? And they go, yeah, we got props. And I go, you got tape on them? Like, safe. This is before Rust. Like, I was just like, because I saw how there was no crew. And I'm like, you better. And he goes, we got cops, we got permits, we got everything. You're fine. And here's your piece. There is no barrel. I'm like, okay. I was freaking the F out. And so they calmed me down. Doom Vaughn is the guy who did it. He was great. But man, that was man. If anybody can watch that whole movie and tell me what it's about, please do. I'm still confused. The great thing about it was that though, my loop group got to work on it. So he gave me the file, and so I took my loop group in Portland and we fixed a lot of the audio. We replaced a whole scene in ADR. One of the actresses wouldn't show up for ADR, so I had another woman completely revoice her entire scene.
Wow.
It's hilarious. So somebody on your crew watched it, and liked it?
I guess so. This is the first time hearing of it. So Ryan, comment again, buddy, if you're here.
Wow.
You're still here. And Kirsten was laughing. I'm not sure at what, but looks a funny guy though. Then Ryan, is it just me or does Bobby kind of look like Mike? I mean, I'd be for it. I'm okay with it.
I'm you in the future. I'm a warning to you. Stop eating so much sugar. That's my advice.
Yeah.
I gotta back up because if Doom sees this, he's gonna be hurt and all that. I would work with Doom again in a second. It's just one of those movies that I watched to get my clips, and I was like, I'm very confused by the whole thing. So bless his heart, he did a lot with nothing, literally like $5,000. I mean, it was just like, holy shit. I don't know how he did it. So hats off.
Okay. Tip of the cap.
But you guys can watch it and roast it. That's what I want to do one day.
Sounds good to me. And Clout God Harley says this guy is awesome. Not sure, or this guy is handsome. Not sure which one he means, but I thank you. It's you. I do love Harley. It's a great guy. Great guy. But yeah. So we're gonna.
I look like Elon Musk without the testosterone. So that's what
you do kind of look like. Wow. Okay.
Oh, I have a woman that asked me to imitate him, and I'm like, not if it's. She called me one time and goes, I got this client. They're in Saudi Arabia. They want you to go on a yacht and you won't interact with the people, but you'll be up on the second floor and they'll look up and see Elon Musk. And I go, fuck no. Fuck no. Like, can you imagine betraying people, like actually trying to convince people that he's there? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the dumbest idea. If you do it as a joke,
Yeah.
okay. And she's like, it's not a joke. And I'm like, then no,
No.
I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Like,
You would be
no,
bum rushed like.
no, there were
Yeah.
no. And at the time I looked more like him, but now that he's doing testosterone, his weight's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
When she first asked me, I was heavier than him, I was fatter than him, but now he's kind of eclipsed me, and his head's gotten all big and his eyes he looks weird now, so I can't do him as well. I'm bad mouthing Elon Musk. I guess I can kiss a Tesla goodbye.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I never would have expected that. So hey. Cloud God Harley, I would love to go on a yacht in Saudi acting as Elon.
No.
I don't think Harley can pull it off.
Pass.
I don't think Harley can do it. All right, Ryan. Mike, do you think Bobby has a chance to be a voice actor in the future?
Everybody does. This whole notion that voiceover is some exclusive club, it's bullshit. There are some things in voiceover that are very difficult to get into, like trailers and looping. But that's only because the people that do them guard it closely, and there's limited amounts of that type of work. There is unlimited amount of commercial work, YouTube stuff, anything and everything. And they are casting young, diverse, different, interesting, and all that. The only thing is, it also requires kind of a heavy outlay in terms of equipment and training. And so you got to take really good acting classes. You got to figure out how to translate that into your performance in front of the microphone. You got to figure out what works for you, what doesn't. A lot of training, take improv, all that, figure out the tech side of things. And anybody can really do it. Unique voices. I get auditions for unique voices all the time. So when people say, oh, you got a bad voice, you got a good voice, doesn't fucking matter. Does not matter.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, anybody could do it.
You could do it. You could do it. Absolutely. But you got to love it too. You got to love rejection. So I'm still doing about 100 auditions a month, and I get 0 many times. So it's brutal. So you love those clients who come back. You love those gigs that continue. You love any of that. I love series things. I love games that go on. I did a voice for Final Fantasy Mobius, the mobile game.
Yeah.
I did the same character for, I think, 4 or 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I loved that gig because it just kept coming. My character died twice, and I kept coming back. Right on.
They're like, okay, cool. Gladly.
Thank you.
That's funny. Now, we're going to transition a little away from that. And you're in the MCU, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, you are. Now,
I've got a few characters in the MCU.
Now, I tried finding who they are.
Okay.
Nowhere does it say. It just says additional voices for you.
What if?
For What If, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
What characters were you?
I was the voice of Iron Man when he turned into a zombie. So the moment he lands, the first time you see him, and he turns around and goes, and then the fights and all that stuff. And the only reason I got it was I was the one actor in the Loop group that matched Robert Downey Jr.'s not how he actually sounds, but his sort of range. Because the Loop group has some real amazing talent. Like Fred Tatasciore obviously covers Hulk and all that. So she had existing guys cover their actual characters. But of course, the What If series had a lot of the original on-camera actors doing the voices. I think Mark Ruffalo did, like a bunch of them did their characters.
Yeah, some of them came back. Yeah.
Right. And so we were a Loop. I was definitely the low rung on that Loop group list. Those actors are my idols.
Yeah.
And we were all on a Zoom call, basically recording, and we're directed. And it's like, okay, Mike, you handle Iron Man. And I knew I was getting him before the session, but then we handle all the zombies, the entire horde. So all the zombie sounds are all of us working together,
Yeah.
providing a range of sounds and all that.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah,
because
they're not going to credit a loop group with. So a loop group will replace people's voices.
yeah,
You don't get to then be that character.
okay,
You just helped out the voice. That's all you did.
yeah, because for whatever reason it just said additional voice. I'm like,
Yeah,
but Iron Man, that's sick.
that's the secrets of the loop group that I was talking about. You get an additional voices credit, but man, you leave that session so happy. It's like it's like an 8-hour workout. It's so good.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
it's so good.
Oh man,
It's euphoric. It is euphoric. It's one of my favorite things to do.
yeah.
I got other Marvel characters though, you know.
Yeah, we'll get into that. That's next, but I'm a massive MCU fan. Like,
Okay.
that's what I nerd out for sure. Yeah, I've seen all the movies. I have the DVDs.
Nice.
That's how long the collection goes back. To
Yeah.
8.
Damn, DVD. Well, if you had said VHS,
Oh no, easy.
original Iron Man VHS.
Did they even sell that? I don't even know.
I'm sure they did. The first Iron Man? Yeah, it was still VHS. You kidding? My union was so slow. They were still bitching about VHS sales.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I got all the DVDs, and literally those are the only DVDs I collect to this day. Because it's like everything else is on streaming. Yeah.
You hear that, everybody? Now you know what to get them for Christmas. There you go.
Yo, any Marvel movie, I'll gladly
accept. Any Marvel movie
it.
on DVD. Done.
Yeah, I would get the TV shows if I could. I would. All right, Clout got Harley. Shout out Iggy Koopa. I used him in Mario Kart back in Mario Kart. Wow.
Yeah, that's Iggy. And Ludwig is just a little deeper and gayer.
Well, I love you do such a broad range of voices. That's incredible.
I don't feel like I do. Like I see my colleagues in sessions and stuff, and they're so way more talented and
really
dynamic than I am. Like way better. I just found my niches. I can't do British to save my life, but I'll kill Russian and German. Kill it. I used to be able to do Asian accents, but now I'm not allowed to. So
yeah. Well, Russian and German, if you want to give a little something.
Well, German is just what I did when I lived over there with my German friends, and they spoke almost perfect English, but with a UK sort of bent on it. Russian, I'm still sort of struggling with a little bit, but I did a short film with it on, and it felt pretty good.
That's sick. That's pretty cool.
I'm still like working the edges around Russian. German was easy because I lived there.
Yeah.
Russian, I'm struggling with a little bit, but boy, I did a short film and I got a week's worth of private lessons to get the Russian accent. And the Russians on the set were like, "That was pretty good, man, pretty good." And I was like, "Thank you." So I feel like I got it, but I have to I got to work a little bit before I get going with the audition or whatever I'm doing.
That's sick.
Got to
now
yourself.
We mentioned him earlier, but Craven Something Scary. What's up, buddy?
He's here.
And hey again, Mike. Great seeing you again.
Don't leave early because I'll call you a pussy. Actually, I'm gonna have to leave early. Jesus.
I have the video still saved in my phone. Like screen recorded and sent to my friends. I'm like, with the screensters, I'm like, hey, look who just called me out. They were like, what? I'm like, it's an honor, honestly.
I'm just another dude.
Yeah.
I'm just another dude like you. We're all buddies now. Yeah. I'm going to Jersey. We're all gonna have beers on you.
Deal. I can't say no.
Where in Jersey are you?
Edison?
Nope.
Rutgers University?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm like 10 to 15 minutes from there.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Not where New Brunswick? Do you know?
A little bit, yeah.
That's another 10 minutes from me. Yeah. Rutgers is the landmark I use.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. As long as you're not Newark, I'm fine.
No. Yeah, no, that's like 40 minutes away. No. And then Kirsten says, "Hey, Craven." And then shout out to Edison. Harley's also from Edison. Yeah. So Marvel, more Marvel. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Cool. So you voiced Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Well, Iron Man, no. The zombie Iron Man, sure, I guess. But Spider-Man for sure. Web of Shadows. That was a lot of work. That was over 20 sessions to get that
Yeah.
project done. Yeah, the script was like a normal video game script is pretty thick, 200-300 pages. This was 600 fucking pages. It was massive because they were doing everything twice. Once as Red Spidey, once as Venom Black Spidey.
Okay.
So it was like, everything was done this different way, but the whole length of the whole thing. So it just really added up. It was a lot of sessions, and it was really fun. And I had no idea what was going to come of that, but it was great.
Now, do people like when they see you? They're like, "Hey, you voiced Spider-Man."
So what happened at Stockton Con was really interesting. The game is so I guess retro now. It's so old. I don't think of these things as old because time passes quickly when you're a senior citizen like me. But they these guys that came up to me and they said, "Do you know how hard it was to get this?" And they held up an actual copy of the game. And I was like, "Damn, I wish I didn't give away the limited copies that I had gotten." And they go, these are worth a lot of money now. The actual disc, like they stopped making them. They're hard to get, whatever. And they bought it, and I was so nervous signing it for them because I didn't want to fuck it up. I was just like, ugh. So it's become this like retro sort of like throwback sort of thing. And my fans were kids when they played it, like really young. When the game first came out, it was, "This game sucks. Fuck you. I hate everything about it." Like I got basically roasted at Comic-Con. Nobody liked the game.
Yeah.
And all Spider-Man games had done really poorly up to that point. Like it was Spider-Man 3 before Web of Shadows. The fans are just brutal, and the games weren't there yet. Whatever. Fine. Well, years pass. There were young kids playing the games that weren't online trashing me. They were actually enjoying it. And I would get these Instagram messages that are like, "Your Spider-Man Web Shadows saved my childhood. My dad gave me a copy." And I'm like crying and showing my wife the message. And we're like, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" So those kids have now grown up and now they want their retro game signed. Like they want their childhood memory signed. It was really sweet. So I get that a lot now, surprisingly. I didn't know how important that game was to really young kids. Now, I don't know if the game still holds up. I have no idea, but that was sweet to hear. That was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just wanted to. Craven says, "Hey, Kirsten. Hey, hope you're feeling better, Craven, man. I meant to say that in another video, but
his syphilis acting up again, bro."
He'll find that so funny. He'll get a good kick out of that one. Oh man. But yeah, we'll go back to the screen for a little. Let's just say this: season 4 magically happens because season 3 is technically a thing. Season 3 of Brandon James. They ask you to do it. Would you do it?
Of course.
All right, there you go.
I don't say no to any. I'm like every actor in this country now. I don't say no to anything. Are you kidding? Nobody says no anymore. Those days are gone. The days of, "I'm a theater actor, I don't do TV. I'm a TV actor, I don't do animation." Gone. Everybody does everything now since the economy tanking in 2008, tanking again and again. Like actors have learned their lesson and they're like, "I'm not saying no to nothing." They all say yes to everything. In fact, in 2008, I used to drive into my agent's booth to do auditions, and a lot of them were sound-alikes. You need to sound like these guys, and I wouldn't know who they are. So I'd get on my phone and be like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, what does he sound like? Oh, okay. Oh, shit," and voice match him. After the economy tanked around and things started coming back 2010, 11, 12, voice matching was done. It was done. Every actor was like, "No, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it." Patton Oswalt said famously, maybe not so famously, "Nobody's voicing my voice. Like there will be no." And I had some friends that made a living off being a famous person's voice, like for the rides and the games and the toys. So gone. Yeah. Everybody does everything now.
Gotta take your chances.
There are celebs. Compete. Actors, listen closely. There are celebrities in New York, LA, Chicago, all competing for your local Kentucky voiceover job. I promise you that. Big names are just wanting to work, period. Big names are all auditioning.
Because I've seen some people deny roles and then the roles go on to blow up. Like, for example,
It's
Iron.
rare.
Yeah.
It's rare people deny roles unless there's a conflict or they just hate it. It's rare now. It didn't used to be rare. It used to be more common to get shit turned down. Now, no.
Jump on it. Yeah, because what was it? Matt Damon denied the first Avatar,
Yeah,
and he would have made like 250
yeah.
million on
But
it.
he said he had a conflict. He was on another. He was on another
Okay.
film. He couldn't have
And
done it.
Tom Cruise denied Iron Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
look what
Well,
happened there.
Scientology probably told them that was too crazy. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Now, this next question, he is right. Have you ever worked with Ryan Reynolds? That's Bobby's dream. I love Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
And even if I'm in something with somebody, it doesn't mean we see each other, especially in voiceover. The days of reading together are rare. They barely ever happen. So if I'm in a game with somebody, I didn't see them.
okay. Now, is that like a pandemic thing since
No,
then?
no,
Even
it was
before that?
headed that way for years. It's faster and more efficient because with this audio technology and stuff, it's just faster and efficient. You don't need a big room. You don't have to hold actors up while they wait for their lines. You just have the actors come in and bust out their lines and they put it all together. In fact, when I'm doing animated pitches and pilots and stuff, that's how I do it. I don't have them read together. I just grab them and go.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, if you could work with Ryan Reynolds or The Rock,
I don't. It's
we have no idea.
you don't think about that stuff and you don't worry about it because it's completely out of your control and you don't really care. The only thing I'd be nervous about is working with somebody who's notoriously bad to the crew or the other actors. Like I would probably have to turn down working with Steven Seagal because the guy is just so awful. And I'm a wuss. I don't want to get hurt. Stuff like that. Like if anybody has just a horrible reputation like that, pass. But no, I mean, you're going to work with them and do the best that you can. And, I don't give two craps about who it is. I've been in that situation where I've performed with a really big name. At that moment, you're a little nervous going into it, but when you're doing the job, you don't give two fucks. You're just like, what am I here to do? Okay. And you focus and do it. So
who's the name, if you can say?
J. Edgar. I worked with Leonardo DiCaprio and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Ooh.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
But I just stuck to my training and I basically played my dad, who I don't really like. So I played my father, who was kind of a corporate kiss ass, a little bit two-faced kiss ass. And I was like, what would my dad do? Oh, yeah, all right. And it was kind of the time period where my dad would have been doing something like that. So I was like, okay, I'll just play that asshole. Here I go. Boom. And you just the only problem is they'd leave you in the soundstage. They'd leave you hanging all day.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, all day, constantly talking yourself down.
Now, how did J. Edgar come to be? Or no, I mean,
just audition.
You being in it, really? Okay.
Yeah, just audition. I had an on-camera agent at the time. They got this audition call, balding agent. My agent says, how bald can you get? And I go, well, I'll get off the pill and get super bald. And he goes, great. So I got an audition. The audition wasn't even for like 2 months. So I researched J. Edgar Hoover. Oops, wrong one. So I did all this research on the wrong one and then realized, wait a minute, my scene's in the 60s. That can't be right. And then I realized, oh, it's J. Edgar, the creeper. Okay, cool. All right. So I had a lot of prep time. I had 3-4 lines or something. I went in one audition and booked it. That was it.
One audition. Yeah. Wow.
One audition. You just go in. I mean, it was a bit role. It's a joke role. It's like, humor done in threes, and I'm joke number 2. So it was fun.
Still, I mean, DiCaprio and Eastwood, my goodness.
They were so nice. They were so nice. I made such an ass out of myself on the way out. I walked out of the set with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he goes, well, it was nice working with you, albeit short. And I just kind of froze, and I went, yeah, nice working with you, albeit short. And he just kind of went, and I was like, fuck.
You had that one moment, and then you were
Fuck! Yeah, I completely just dorked out. Well, not dorked out, but just like froze. My brain was done. I was done. I had nothing witty to say. It was just like, okay, two colleagues that met for 5 minutes. I had like 2 takes. I was done. Boom, boom, all day.
You still do have that moment though. So
Oh, it was great. It was fun. It was great. Loved it. It showed up in the trailers. It was awesome. I made it to the trailer.
Yeah. Then Ryan, he answered your question. How was working with Leo? Very nice guy, apparently.
Oh, super, super nice. Not a bad person on the set. Absolutely fabulous. The wardrobe lady hated me though, because apparently my waist was bigger than what I put down on paper. She's like, God damn it. Cut, splice.
That's so funny. Oh man. But hey, a question for you. You know how you did the intro for me earlier in the show for the Bobby's Breakdowns?
Me?
No, yeah. You know how you said it earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Are
Hello,
you cool
Bobby's
if I
Breakdowns.
use that?
Huh?
Are you cool if I use that?
It's your show. Do what you want.
Yeah, I would put it in the
Your
video.
grave. Your funeral.
No, I think it's just like I'm not sure if you remember this. This was like a month ago, maybe. A month or 2 months ago. You were like, "Hey, 1,000 followers on Instagram."
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't make it, pal.
I saw you were at 1,000, so I clicked unfollow. I just messaged you. I was like, well, for those people that don't know, Mike was like, "Hey, if you're my 1,000 follower, I'll send you a special voice, whatever you want."
You so and 5 other people did that. And I was like, oh, you dicks. Now I got to figure out who really did it. And I was able to track it down to the kid who actually wasn't on before.
That's funny. So, what'd you send him? What voice?
I sent him a file that he then put on his phone.
Oh, that's sick.
So yeah. I did his phone message. That's what he wanted. Yeah.
So I saw it and I was like,
he wanted Spidey though. So he got Spidey.
Okay. So yeah, I saw he was at 1,000, so I follow. I just messaged him. I just like I didn't mention that I did it. I was like, hey, I'll take Brandon James, please. Mike responds with, nice try. You were following me already, and I'm like, worth a shot.
Yeah, but you went ahead and did it the hard way. You came up with a whole show. You've been doing your whole podcast, and then you got it that way. So that was,
That's true. I got it in the end.
More effort. That's right.
Yeah.
Unintended.
I told Mike, I was like, can you blame me for trying? And you were like, absolutely not.
No. Smart. Smart.
But I think that is it for
Let's
today.
not bore your audience too much.
No. Do you have anything you want to plug? Well, actually, we have one more comment from Elliot. Hi. Hello there.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. You have anything you want to plug, announce?
Apparently, the Japanese and Chinese video game people love it if you have a bunch of followers on Instagram. So if y'all follow me on Instagram, that would be great. That's the only reason I do that. I'm not really on anything else. So
yeah, I know you're not on Facebook from your bio.
I mean, I'm on there. I have Mike Vaughn fan page, but it just shows what I posted on Instagram. I don't actually go there.
Yeah, because in your bio it says
because I'm Gen X. I'm not a boomer.
Yeah. So it's for people. I'll put it in the bio too, but it's _Mike_Vaughn.
Yep.
Yeah, all lowercase, no nothing.
What should I do to make my Instagram more interesting? What do you think, Bobby?
Oh, I mean, your prank calls. The studio. I love those.
The studio prank stuff.
Yeah, when they call you the scammer.
I just had one today, and they got me good. It was a robot, and then I got to the guy, and it was trying to sign me up for Cigna health insurance, and I'll put it up later this week maybe or something. But I said, I am a beautiful 49-year-old German man with a wife, and he goes, how many kids do you have? I go, I have 12. And he goes, you have 12 kids? Yeah, but not all of them are mine. My wife is quite promiscuous. And then he just kept going. And then finally he goes, so what's your oldest kid's age? And I go, it's 34. And then he hung up.
34?
34.
But I mean, Yeah, I mean, I love those personally. I know you post your kids, of course, and all your cigars.
Yep.
Those are always good.
Okay. Cigars, kids. So stay away from those. Got it. All right.
Yeah. Oh no, the prank calls in this. I mean, all of them are great, but like, this post was interesting. I think it was your last post. Your oldest, because you said you have a 6 and a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So your oldest, yeah, your oldest had his first martini.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we went to the old folks' home to see grandma, and we were waiting for her. So we went to the bar, and she gave him a drink.
Hey, I mean, God bless. That's
I
awesome.
let him play GTA 5 online. I let him drink, smoke, whatever he wants to do. He'll be just fine.
Start him young.
That's right. It's Portland. It's got to fit in.
There you go. Yeah, like I said, he was Portland, Oregon, and yeah, that's all I got. Hey, Mike,
All right.
seriously, thank you so much for joining
My
me.
pleasure. Thanks. Always fun.
I appreciate this. Ever since Craven did it, I'm like, one day I'm gonna get him.
And if you put together the any sort of appearance thing, I'll hook you up. So yeah, any convention appearance, I'll hook you up.
Yeah, no, I'm trying at any horror convention I can.
Yeah,
That will listen to me. Quite
fine.
frankly.
That's fine. You either do it or you don't get the hookers and coke. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Your choice.
It's tempting. Clock got Harley. You got to start him young. Bobby told me about. I've known Harley since he was 2 years old.
Wow.
3 years old, and he's 20 now.
I hope my kids have long-term friends like that. That'd be great.
Yeah. Our brothers played baseball. They were the same age.
Nice.
So, you know, while the parents are watching baseball, I'm babysitting the little one.
There you go.
And he's 20 now, and he's taller than me, and I don't like it. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. Craven said, "Awesome stream, fellas. Great job, Bobby. Always a blast to see you, Mike." Yeah. And then Elliot says, "Bye. Just hi and bye."
Bye. Bye, Elliot. Pussy.
That was simple. But again, Mike, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate this. We need a great outro voice. Okay. What would I say? And you're listening to Bobby's, or no. And thanks for listening to Bobby's Breakdowns. Could you do that?
Thanks for listening to Bobby's Breakdowns. Now go about your life, would you?
That's great. I might have to use that.
You can use it. It's your show.
Peace out. God bless y'all. Thank you for letting me. But yeah.
Right.
Thanks for joining me again. Appreciate this. I had a blast, and I would love to have it on again in the future. Yeah.
Word, gangster. Oh yeah, whatever. Do updates. do shows with Craven.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I had Craven on my very first stream. I gotta get him on again.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah, and yeah. But thank you to everybody who joined, commented, and asked questions. But I'm Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and my guest, Mike Vaughn. If you wanna, there we go.
See you later.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.